everyone. And if I am audible, kindly put an A in the chat box so that I know. If I'm audible, kindly put an A in the chat box. Vinita madam, Lily madam, Jumbi, okay, many A's are coming. Gayatri ma'am, Lata ma'am, Piyu ma'am, all are writing A. That means I'm audible. So maybe today Shubhoshri madam is not here. So I think I have to give a self-introduction and start with the training. This is Maushumi Das, Principal, SDSM School for Excellence. You can see it reflects, the display is SDSM School for Excellence. Probably we had another meeting and I could not sign out or something. I don't know. So I'm not able to change it. But anyway, I'm sure that will not make much of a difference, whether it is school name or my name. Anyway, I'm representing Jamshedpur Sahodaya as a resource person. Let us begin by expressing a gratitude to God for this day, for all that we have got and we have in our life, and safe enough during pandemic, even after the pandemic is coming to an end. Let's thank Sahodaya for arranging the training and Subhoshri ma'am for coordinating with the proceedings and the link. Let's express our gratitude for the coordinator who's the patron of for Sahodaya, Jamshedpur Sahodaya, Pragya madam. All the principals who are here, I could see Mickey ma'am, some principals here, and all the participants. With expression of gratitude, let us begin today's session. And as luck would have it, today's session is also on importance of gratitude. You must have got it before also. So let me start sharing first. Yeah.
Okay, please take it away.
Somebody has unmuted, so please check. Something else is also here now. Give me 1 minute. The volume is low. I have not started. Somebody is writing the number, affiliation number. I don't think it is needed now. Yeah. Okay, if the screen is visible to all, please put a V in the chat box. If the screen is visible to all, kindly put a V. Yes, Lily Madam, V. Anybody else who's able to see the screen? Yes, quite a few of you. Right. Absolutely. And I'm sure there are no patches or anything around. Yes, right. So let's begin the session on importance of gratitude. But before that, the ground rules. Okay, thank you, Supriya ma'am. Before that, the ground rules are kindly keep your mics muted. You can on your videos, no problem, but mic has to be muted. And the second thing is respond completely in the chat box so that we are all together. I may ask you to respond with the first alphabet or with a short word. So kindly follow that so that we complete the session successfully and we enjoy the session, right? How many of you are ready to navigate with me? Put one N in the chat box. How many of you are ready to navigate? Put an N in the chat box. N. Yes, Rashmi ma'am, Nutan ma'am, Tanushri ma'am, all of you. Right, so we are all together. We'll begin with, thank you. We'll begin with an introspection. Now, what is the introspection? Let us all think together. Let's all think of a coconut sapling. Somebody plants it. After planting, somebody waters it for a period till it grows, till the growth and sustenance, right? And somebody has planted the coconut sapling. Somebody has watered the coconut sapling till its period of growth. Then what happens? To acknowledge this kind act of human beings, the coconut, when it grows all, it carries on its head bunches of fruits, dab, isn't it? We take dab, we take coconut, each containing sweet water, nectarine water, right? Throughout its life, the coconut palm stands in the sun, in the rain, carrying the heavy load of fruits without any grumbling, right? Never saying, oh, I'm so tired, but never wanting to get rid of the load as well. Ever ready to offer lovingly the fruits that contain the sweet or the nectarine drink, right? So, if you think it's an act of kindness, if you think it is an act of kindness, kindly put an Y in the chat box. If you think, yes, Samrat Kumar Bahadur sir, why? Pooja ma'am, why? Many of you are writing why. Gopa, Barnali ma'am, right? Kakoli ma'am, right? Why? All of you are writing why. It is an act of kindness. To whom? This kindness is to whom? Now you can put one word in the chat box. The kindness is to whom? It is an act of kindness. Nature, okay. Everybody is writing to nature. All right, but coconut palm to society. Very good. Nutan Kumar sir, society. Kumud Sharma ma'am, society to nature. To society. And if you're a little more specific, Gopi Prasad sir, human. Yes, Gayatri ma'am, I think human beings. Absolutely. It is to mankind, to human who had poured water on it when it was young, which was absolutely essential for its growth and for its sustenance, for its survival. So, but we don't know. The coconut palm also doesn't know who had watered. But for an act of kindness of 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 human beings, the entire mankind gets the benefit, gets things in return, gets what we want. So isn't this an act of kindness? It is. And now the question comes, actual introspection question comes now. The great virtue of gratitude, right? This is what we discussed just now. Now, the greatest virtue of gratitude, listen to the question. Why does it give, or why does it serve the mankind? What is the need for serving the mankind? Yeah, tell. What is the need for serving the mankind? The coconut tree to survive? No, it survived. Gayatri ma'am survived. Help. Okay, in what form help? Or what is the need for help? Thought-provoking question. Society and, yes, very good. Society and man are, that means balance of nature. Society and man are interdependent on each other. Yes, somebody is writing to make everyone happy. Absolutely. So we are interdependent. Nature, we depend on nature. Nature depends on us. And one more thing. You're very close to the answer. One more thing. Yes, interdependent, Pooja Sharma ma'am, absolutely. What else? Why on earth Does it need, does the symbiosis, Samrat sir, I think all bio teachers are here. Sharing love and care, absolutely sharing love and care, Kumut ma'am. Cooperation, Paramita ma'am, cooperation, wonderful. Development, all right, absolutely. Samrat sir is an English teacher, or English also has symbiosis, absolutely, sir. Okay, let me modify the question. Let me modify. The coconut tree or the coconut palm is giving things in return, never tired, never grumbling to the mankind whom it is not, who it is giving, it's not aware of, but it's giving to mankind, that much it knows. Doesn't know whether the same person had watered him or a different person. Doesn't know who cuts it and who cuts its fruits and takes it to make his living. Right? Just think, teachers. Just think of it. The coconut sapling, watered by somebody, planted by somebody, serving the entire mankind. Somebody is making livelihood out of it, making his living out of it. Somebody is earning money out of it, quenching thirst out of it. Somebody is taking for, yes, not discriminate. Thanksgiving, wonderful. Somebody is curing disease out of it to pay gratitude. Yes, that's very right. That's absolutely right. So, importance of gratitude. Now, from this story, now listen carefully. From this story, we see three foundations of gratitude. Why I'm reiterating on this again and again, the first slide is, must be thinking, why one slide? There are several more. Why? Because once a job well planned is half done. If we do the beginning, the teachers in the KG level, if they teach the children the foundation properly, then the teachers of +2 level don't have to suffer. If you feel what I'm saying is right, put an R in the chat box. Put an R in the chat box if you feel what I'm saying is right. Yes, yes, yes. Seema ma'am, Paramjeet Kaur ma'am, most of you are putting R. That's right. So we are spending more time on the first two slides. Now tell me, there are three foundations of gratitude. As somebody said, thanksgiving, giving back and return, expression of gratitude. Absolutely. So there are three foundations of gratitude hidden in this story. है ना? Otherwise, session ही क्या? Importance of gratitude, everybody knows. But we will go beyond that. Not only importance of gratitude or attitude of gratitude, we'll go a little beyond that throughout the in due course of the session. Now, can anybody tell me what are the some foundations of gratitude embedded in this? Some foundation of gratitude embedded in this. Some foundation means there is some aspect of gratitude. Joy of giving, wonderful. Helping, survival, all right. Paramita ma'am, somebody wrote joy of giving, helping, all right. But when will you help a person? Respect, all right. Respect for what, Pooja ma'am? Cheerful, all right. When will you be cheerful? What is happening is we are giving the contents of the big box. Celebration, all right. Celebration for what? In between, somebody is writing good evening, ma'am. Good evening. But tell me, which aspect of gratitude is represented here? Empathy. Wonderful. Fulfilling the demand. Yes, absolutely. Then, so when will you fulfill the demand? You're fulfilling, yes, one word, very, very common word. When I put the next slide, you'll say, oh, I knew it. I knew. Kis tarah nahi aaya. Yes, Swati ma'am, like satisfying, dual, Mitra Roy, sir or ma'am, you are writing satisfying. When will you be, like, what is satisfying here? Yeah. Okay. The coconut sapling, contentment, empathy. Okay, empathy is when you feel about the other person. So let's see what are the, you're very close to the answer. Let's see, or very close to the foundations. One chance more I can give, because we do have 2 more minutes time. One chance more is the coconut tree The answer is given here only in the question or in the slide. Somebody has watered it, somebody has planted it, and after that it gives back the fruits. Why? The answer is in the yes, to a great extent caring. But why does it have to care? So, Priya ma'am, I think, why does it have to care? Why do we need to care? Seema Kaur ma'am writes, loving. All right, loving. So why does it do? See, it can just give acknowledgement. Preeti Gupta ma'am, wonderful acknowledgement. That is very close to acknowledge this kind act of humans. And acknowledgement comes in the form of 3 R's. The 3 R's of, or 3 foundations of gratitude. Recognize. It recognized, the coconut tree recognized the effort put in by human in collecting it, in planting it, and then in watering it till it sustains itself. Then it remembers this act of kindness, right? It remembers that 1 man or 2 men or 10 men have been very kind for my sustenance. Today what I am is for these people who represent mankind. And after that, after you, wonderful Dolly Sinha ma'am. After you recognize and remember, you reciprocate. Madam has written return. Superb. Superb is not the word. So when you recognize, you remember, then you reciprocate. देखिए ना, return जो होता है ना, return reciprocate is thanksgiving. Return is when you borrow also you return, right? And कभी कभी तो ऐसा भी होता है ना, अच्छा return करेंगे अभी, you see, I will see you. That is also return. That is why I have put reciprocate, right? So return is also the same thing, but reciprocate is a modified version of the word return. So the 3 foundations of gratitude, the 3 R's: recognize, remember, and reciprocate. Recognize what someone has done for us. If you recognize what someone has done for us, involves more than act of honesty, right? Yes, positive emotions, absolutely. So the efforts of watering is the act of kindness, which is recognized by the coconut palm. The same way, my colleagues, teachers, and principals who are attending, the participants, when we recognize what someone has done for us, that is much more than the act of honesty. After you recognize, if you remember, today what the sapling received during the plantation, it remembers throughout its life. So when you remember what someone throughout your life, what someone has done for you, or who has been instrumental in shaping your personality, in shaping your career, that is remembering God or service to God. And then finally, doesn't end there. All these are recognizing and remembering is attitude of gratitude, and reciprocate is action of gratitude, right? So 3 R's we have to remember most of the time. Now taking an aim of the gratitude, taking aim on gratitude. What does this aim mean then? We have to be very particular. It is not as easy as I have put it on the screen. ये तो हमने लिख दिया, recognize, remember, reciprocate. But every time you have to keep it in mind. So how can you keep it in mind? You have to take aim on gratitude. You have to be attentive. Your attention has to be there. Your interpretation has to be there. And of course, memory. तभी याद रखेंगे, तभी ना कुछ कर पाएंगे. Right? So we have to remember. So if you remember 3 R's and aim on gratitude, lot of things will be taken care of, right? If you feel what I've said stands justified, put a J in the chat box. If you feel what I'm saying is right, put a J in the chat box. So 1 J, 2 J's, 3 J's, oh, so many J's now. So that means we are all together. You believe what I'm saying is experienced by all. तो थोड़ा सा दिमाग में भी जोर डालते हैं. How is the battery? Gratitude recharging your battery. And that is why these sessions are there. So let's all express our gratitude to Sahodya, to Subhoshri ma'am, to Pragya ma'am, to all the principals who have enrolled you for the training today, because we have to recharge our battery. All these things you know, Baba, but we have to recharge it, right? We have to reiterate. That is why this session on importance of gratitude, right? Now, let us do one activity. Strain your brain. अब ब्रेन को क्या स्ट्रेन डालेंगे? एक तरफ तो ग्रेटिट्यूड है, दूसरी तरफ फिर स्ट्रेन कहां से आया? स्ट्रेन मीन्स जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. ये तो ज्ञान की बातें हुई हैं. Thin line of difference. This is literature. You have to know. Gratitude is when you recognize the benefit. Non-gratitude is when you fail to recognize the benefit. और उसके भी ऊपर भी है. ऊपर में क्या है? Ingratitude. You find fault with the benefit, right? When somebody does something, what instead of saying a thank you, उसे क्या जरूरत थी उसको? To encroach, right? One example can I cite? If you are absent for something, your parallel teacher goes to your class and gets some assignment done, and the principal praises the teacher in the meeting, saying, "Thank God, this teacher was not there, she had gone out, and the parallel teacher has got the work done." Most of us, we recognize the benefit, somebody who has worked in my absence. And then few of us fail to, and we go and say, "Thank you so much. Thank God I've got such lovely colleagues." Some people fail to recognize. So kya hua? I was not in the school. She was in the school. So she has done or he has done. What's the big deal? And some people, believe it or not, some people find fault. क्या जरूरत थी मेरे क्लास में घुसने की? What was the need? I could have come back and done. Instigating my children, trying to please the principal. What happened? The sharing got over. Just a minute. Yeah. So, Bapre, let me get the chat box again. I feel ill-equipped without the chat box. Yeah. So this is ingratitude, right? Acknowledge. After you recognize, we have already done recognize. Remember, acknowledge, receiving, fail to acknowledge. ये तो उसका काम है. Remember, teachers, if anybody gets you a glass of water, which is that person's job, even your Aya Didis, your class for staff job, please do say thank you. And say means not from here, feel and then say thank you. But ingratitude, that, oh, कुछ तो बात है. आज क्यों बहुत सारा पानी पिलाया जा रहा है? आज क्यों बहुत कुछ दिया जा रहा है? Right? Then return the favor. Gratitude. If you have gratitude, reciprocate. Return the favor is reciprocate. And non-gratitude, fail to reciprocate. But ingratitude, after doing all this, the third one is understood. I don't think I need to explain. When you find fault, when you doubt the motive, then automatically you return harm for good. If you feel what I'm saying is right, put an R in the chat box. Put an R in the chat box. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So many of you, fantastic. So recognize, acknowledge is remember, and return is reciprocate. Now, after all this gyan, let us ponder together. इतना कुछ बोलने के बाद, what is gratitude? Can you put it in the chat box? 90 seconds. 90 seconds. What is gratitude? Can you put it in the chat box, please? I'll wait for 90 seconds. No response now? Achha, somebody's writing. What is thinking? Thankful to all. Yes, Tanushri ma'am, thankful to all is right. Then, only thanking all? Being thankful, Supriya ma'am, wonderful. Showing thankfulness, Madhuparna ma'am, absolute. Thanksgiving, Shalija ma'am, thanksgiving, wonderful. Thanksgiving in return. Kindness, act of kindness, Uttam Verma, sir, act of kindness, wonderful. Being thankful, right, Paramjit Kaur ma'am. Thankful from heart, showing respect. Gratitude is showing respect also, absolutely. Appreciating one's effort, being kind to everyone. Feeling being grateful, absolutely. Being grateful, being grateful, G-R-A-T-E and G-R-E-A-T. We will do in the due course of the session. The feeling of being grateful, absolutely, Suparna ma'am. Is gratitude saying thank you to someone who has helped us or given us a gift? Is gratitude just an action? It's also a positive emotion. Yes, readiness to show appreciation is positive emotion, and it does serve biological purposes. How does it serve? We will do. Positive psychology defines gratitude in a way where scientists can measure. See, anything which can be measured can be dealt with through science or psychology, and gratitude is more than being thankful. All of you have mentioned that is just the tip. That's at the beginning. More than being thankful, gratitude is deeper appreciation for someone, and it will have a long lasting positivity. People who are grateful, you see, they are hardly unhappy. They're rarely irritating. They rarely get irritated. People who are grateful, they will rarely get irritated. They will hardly get angry, and they're all the time happy, smiling, happy from within. कभी कभी लगता है ना कि अरे इनके साथ थोड़ा सा समय गुजारे, थोड़ा वक्त गुजारे तो we feel happy from within. Right? So people who have positive emotions are happy and will radiate happiness too. So two processes that gratitude can influence. Catharsis. If you have heard of the word catharsis, this works with gratitude. What is it? It is a process in which any individual releases emotion, right? Emotion, strong emotion. Like after a very traumatic experience, you start crying. Yeah, sometimes something goes wrong. देखिए कभी कभी तो ऐसे भी आंसू आते हैं. But catharsis is when you are very badly hurt, very stressed. Emotion can flow. Either you start crying or obsession, you start yelling, shouting, and all. But use of gratitude serves as an agent of catharsis. Many people say, I'm so stressed, but I can't cry. That's because something at the back of the mind is going on. But if you express your thankfulness, the cup will be empty, and all the time you can pour all good things and positive emotions. And the next one is, see, this is what I discussed just now. Reciprocity. What is reciprocity? Exchanging positive emotion. See, when someone performs an act of gratitude for another person, in turn, that person may have the motive of doing the same thing with other person. So that reciprocity continues. Then that is, lot of positive emotion. एक और उदाहरण देना चाहेंगे, right? See, this most of us are ladies, are women here, but even if we are, like, there are men folk also. Two things, two situations I'll present. One is the senior junior, right? Or all of us know the fact, Jamshedpur maybe schools में कुछ teachers, the attrition rate, if you talk of, some teachers leave, some teachers come, some teachers spouses get transferred, they have to go. So incoming, outgoing, both are there, right? Then what happens if the senior teachers, the senior ones who are there in the school more than 5 years, more than 6 years, 7 years, if they have had a good experience, wonderful experience, they will always try to keep the junior teachers very happy, right? Feeling pleasure to attend a session. Oh, wow, thank you so much. That's also gratitude, I think. So these teachers, the ones who join new, will be taken good care of by the senior teachers, right? क्योंकि उन्हें तो बहुत अच्छा, सब कुछ अच्छा मिला, superiors का concern मिला, principal का प्यार मिला, सब, so they will all be very happy. They will welcome the junior teachers very, the new teachers, the freshers, with very warm gesture. But अब प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है? प्रॉब्लम है अगर आपका एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा नहीं रहा, right? You had a bad traumatic experience. No, people did not talk to you. Principal did not discuss with you. The senior teachers never bothered to tell you anything. And पूछ पाछ के गिर पड़ के आपने सीख लिया. Somehow you spend time, 5 years, 6 years, ग्रोथ होके, and then you become senior teacher. अब आपके आने के 5 साल बाद कोई और टीचर आते हैं. आपके पास 2 ऑप्शन है, right? Two options. What are the two options? You think, hey, Bhagwan, I had a bad time. I should not do the same thing with my junior. At least let that person have good experience, which I did not get. और एक दूसरा वाला भी है. When I did not get good, why should I give back good in return? Yes or no? If yes, put an Y. If no, put an N. If you, yes, Vasanti Mandal ma'am, Dolly Sinha ma'am, Gayatri ma'am, all yeses, all wise, right? Similarly, the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law thing goes on. The mother-in-law, if she got love from her mother-in-law, she'll say, okay, I should do the same thing with my daughter-in-law. But if her experience in the house is not okay, she'll think, why the hell should I think of my own daughter-in-law? So these things continue in the nature because we are all sophisticated organisms on earth with a well-developed brain. Same with boss and subordinate. Thankfully, I really thank my teachers, my superiors who have been so good with me that I would love to generate happiness, radiate happiness, warmth, generosity all the time. The joy of giving. Yes, we need to break the chain. So you be the first one, right? So this is all about the examples and the two processes, right? Now let us see. What is important now is, ये तो हो गई ज्ञान की बात. क्या होता है? What are the things we should know? Now let's get deep into it, right? How can gratitude help us? Over the past 2 decades, studies have consistently identified the benefits of gratitude, right? Minds, body, and relationships, MBR, right? Gratitude is, we are, when we have the attitude of gratitude, we are benefited, we get good positivity, not only in the Saroj Sharma sir or ma'am, good, mind, body, and relationship. How mind, body, and relationship? What does gratitude do? How does it affect the mind? How does it affect the body and how relationship? And when I show you that it increases happiness and life satisfaction, people are more resilient to stress. Abhi COVID gaya na, the resilient people, they are taken care of. Otherwise, आधे लोग तो stress से बीमार पड़े. People get better with others. You gel with people if you have attitude of gratitude, and you are less depressed. The more you say thank you, the more opportunity universe gives us to say thank you. And when you get more opportunities from the universe, you achieve more. And grateful people are always helpful and generous, right? Because they are grateful, they are ready to give. किसी ने लिखा था joy of giving. Absolutely joy of giving, right? If I have cleared, if you are clear with what, yes, Indrani ma'am, thank you. If you are clear with what I said, put a capital C in the chat box. But if I have confused you, put a small c in the chat box. Let me see how many capital C's and how many small c's are there. Avinash, all Dolly Sharma ma'am, Uttan Kumar ma'am, Pinky ma'am. Okay, all capital C's. इसका मतलब सही चल रहे हैं. Okay, thank you teachers, thank you participants. Gratitude is अभी तो COVID का time है ना, so all vaccination things, we are all talking of vaccination. Take the ringtone of the phone now. 100 crore से ज्यादा लोगों का वैक्सीन हो चुका है. So gratitude is also a vaccine, an antitoxin, and an antiseptic. I am not saying, John Henry Zovit has said, right? So gratitude is a vaccine, an antitoxin, and an antiseptic. If you agree, put a capital A in the chat box. Why noise? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Now let's go to gratitude and health. How does gratitude work on health? Your health, my health, everybody's health. Gratitude improves sleep. If you are a person who expresses his or her gratitude, अगर आप thankfulness express करने में कंजूसी नहीं करते हैं, then you can exercise. Most of the time, we keep thinking that, oh, this person is not doing. We see the glass half empty or half full. It depends on us. एक glass में अगर पानी रखा जाए, half of people में, many people may say it is half empty. कुछ लोगों को वो खाली वाला पोर्शन नजर आएगा और कुछ लोग पानी वाला पोर्शन देखेंगे. ग्लास तो वही है, पानी भी वही है, लेकिन द वे यू सी दैट डिफरेंस. और जो लोग हाफ एम्प्टी देखते हैं वो उनको एट ग्रेटिट्यूड डेवलप करना बहुत जरूरी है. जो हाफ फुल देखते हैं वो पॉजिटिव होते हैं, राइट. एंड ऑप्टिमिस्ट सीज opportunity in every difficulty. A pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity, right? So if you have gratitude, अगर आज आप gratitude वो देते हैं तो आपको gratitude वापस आएगा. You throw an apple, the apple comes down. Law of gravitation. I am not saying Isaac Newton has said, but we all understand, we all follow. It's proven, universally proven. What goes comes back. And that relates to karma theory. The karmic theory says the more you, gratitude is not just saying thank you. Yes, thank you. Somebody has written absolute right, ma'am. Gratitude is not only saying thank you. एक thank you बोल दिया, पानी पिलाया तो thank you बोला, काम कर दिया तो thank you बोला, lift दे दी तो thank you बोला. Gratitude is here, thinking. It's here and it's here. If you feel, देखिए ना, माइंड किसी ने नहीं देखा, ब्रेन सबने देखा है, राइट. इफ यू एग्री विथ मी, पुट एन ए इन द चैट बॉक्स. माइंड किसी ने नहीं देखा, ब्रेन सभी ने देखा है. सबने मींस everybody knows, doctors have only seen, right? So but if the mind is cool, we don't say, oh, my brain is not working today. Do we say? We say my mind is not working. Why? Because brain remains okay, unless of course there's a disease or infection or disorder, but the mind bewilders, the mind goes about, mind wonders. That is the reason why we say cardiovascular health, every sab yahi pe hai. Everything is in the mind. You feel happy, you are happy. You don't, nobody on this earth can make you happy. And adherence to medication. बहुत लोग होते हैं जो भूल जाते दवा लेना. I forgot. Yes, Saroj Sharma, sir or ma'am, he writes to acknowledge one's greatness. Yes, absolutely. And mood, optimism, hope, all these are improved. And what is reduced? ये तो दोनों साइड होना है ना, equal balance. The stress is gone, fat intake is gone, blood pressure is reduced, suicidal thoughts are not there, inflammation, that is all the swelling, physical as well as mental, perceived stress and depression, all that is reduced. That is the effect gratitude has on health. I am not saying, the statistics have proved it, right? So ek health wala kuch dal de, right? So this is the heart of a person with gratitude. Representation of the heartbeat. Now the fastest fingers first, right? How many of you, listen to the question. How many of you express gratitude at your workplace? Puri baat sun lijiye. How many of you express gratitude at your workplace for every little act of kindness? Put a capital I in the chat box. Your time starts now. Oh, all of you, my God, it's so difficult for me to catch who are the first 5. Absolutely, absolutely. So let's see how many. That means surveys have found that 60% never or rarely thank anyone at their workplace, right? And 10% only express gratitude at workplace on a given day. It is consistently, not for one day, right? So maybe we are lucky, all of us are in this 10%, because maximum of you have written I. And 35% are worried. About what? About the co-workers. अगर हम thank you बोलेंगे तो ये तो सोचेगा मैडम को मस्का लगा रहा है, सर को मस्का लगा रहा है. अगर हम thank you बोलेंगे दूसरे सोचेंगे अरे I am the superior, I am thanking my subordinate. So this thought, feeling conscious about wrong things, that prohibits or stops people from expressing their gratitude. But I'm so glad all of you wrote I. That means most of us are in this 10% category. And now those who are not in the 10%, we can come back to this 10%. And if many people come to the 10%, the maths teachers may agree that this 60 will automatically get reduced, at least in our nation. Okay? If what I'm saying is true, if you find what I'm saying is right, true, and you're ready to go ahead, please put a T in the chat box. Yes, so many of you are putting T. Absolutely. So all of us, yes, Swati ma'am, all of us will go ahead, will navigate, will go together. पर ये इतना आसान तो नहीं है. I have put it on that slide. I am speaking to you. So you will nod your head. Everybody will put I, T, Y, whatever I ask. But if we have to implement, listen carefully. If we have to implement it, what do we need? If we have to implement this, if we have to make gratitude, like, throughout all of us. So what do we need to do? Let us see. What do we need to do? If we have to make our school synonymous with attitude of gratitude, what can we do? Again, fastest fingers first. Nobody's mentioning. Be generous. First, we show to others. Change our attitude. Think big, madam. Think big, sirs and madam. Smile. You're asking me to smile? Empathetic, cooperation. अरे थोड़ा आगे और broader perspective. Helpful for others. We have to start, yes. So, is it only to start? We have to start and wonderful. Gratitude in return, positive attitude, positive behavior, thinking, ma'am. Most of you are writing. Somebody wrote, we have to start. Start? Only start will make it synonymous? Or what do you need to do? किसी ने हिंदी में लिखने की कोशिश की, but the laptop is not, supporting that one. Practice, very good. When you start, when you practice, and then third word, we start, we practice, and then what do? We start the process, we practice it, and the third step is, apply is practice, implement is practice. After implementation, this is okay. We started, we have implemented. Implement करने के बाद क्या करते हैं? Results check करते हैं. Absolutely, you check the analysis करते हैं. Wonderful. Follow up. Absolutely. Follow up करते हैं. So, and after that, अगर सब सही निकला तो third step you have said. What is the final step? You start or you plan, you implement or you practice, you do follow up or you review and analyze, and finally, if you find it okay, what do? Acknowledge, adapt, sustain. Tanushree Das, madam, superb. You sustain it. So when you sustain something in the school, तो वो किस में आ जाता है? वो क्या बन जाता है? You start, you practice, you follow, you review, and then you implement, you review, you sustain. When you sustain a practice, what does it become? Reality. Okay, Uttam Verma. Sir, reality. ठीक है. When you sustain a practice, wonderful, it becomes habit. It becomes habit. And habit leads to superb. Habit leads to a group of intellectuals. A group of intellectuals, I should say. Thank God. Wonderful time I'm having. Habit, when habit is, or continuous habit with everyone leads to behavior. तो habit से पहले होता, madam. Habit will lead to, okay, it is a habit in the organization. Thank you. I needed water, he brought. Action तो habit है. Happiness, okay. जब सभी लोग करते हैं तो वो क्या बन जाता है? Rule, okay, rule. All right. और जब सारे rules follow करते तब क्या बन जाता है? Trend, okay. And trend gives rise to एक शब्द, attitude, promotion, result, culture. Superb, Dolisina, culture. So building a culture of gratitude, absolutely. Thank God, beautiful set of teachers for the participants. Building a culture of gratitude. और कल्चर इतनी जल्दी तो बनेगा नहीं. टुडे नाउ यू आर राइटिंग, आपको तो 4 मिनट लग गया बताने, तो उसको सस्टेन करने में यू थिंक हाउ लॉन्ग विल टेक, बट यू विल सक्सीड definitely if you start working on the given points. Hardwiring gratitude. The picture represents each one is equally firm, right? Effective efforts to foster gratitude baked into organizational cultures support the individual practice and a systemic change. You and I cannot change the entire system. It should be in the system. अगर आपको attitude, sorry, culture of gratitude लाना है, so right from the principal to the staff, sub staff, everybody has to have. तभी जाके वो culture बने, right? You have to build a resilience toolkit. Train people the art of compassion. Somebody had written empathy. Engage in campaigns to encourage kindness. You know, one example I can give you this. See, I can talk of what is happening here in our organization. These people, the sub-staff, they kept coming throughout. Even when COVID, everybody was at home. They were taking care, like we were all scared. Anyway, we came to school, your principals came to school, but went to school. But sub-staff came. Even after coming back, they keep serving people. So this Diwali, what we did was we put a small box and everybody poured something or the other into it. Then we got those good blankets for them, diyas for them, sweets for them, and new clothes for them. And then we distributed because they are only 20 and we are 100 in need. So 100 people served for, got something or the other for the 20 people. We collected some amount, then we disseminated it as Diwali gifts or some tokens, right? Because it happened before Diwali, so I'm saying Diwali. It was nothing to do with Diwali or Durga Puja, but we thought we should acknowledge them. So these are some materialistic things. But yes, Pinky ma'am writes our school do this during. Yes, so many people are doing. I'm just giving you an example. So this is training people for compassion, right? Empathy, compassion, and some campaigns. Yes, joy of giving, absolutely. Then another thing is voluntary leaving. आप जबरदस्ती नहीं बोल सकते. Dear participants, can I have some water, please? Thank you. Gratitude programs as a whole are not to be forced on people. We should have respect for anybody who is showing that culture of gratitude, and we should accept it. It's not that, see, many times we forget, but if it is in the culture will remind us. That is the importance of gratitude. That maintain authenticity. This, I don't think I need to reiterate that it should be a practice and it should be allowed to grow. Not once a year. It should be throughout. The actions may vary, but the attitude remains the same, right? If you feel what I'm saying is right, put an R in the chat box. And yes, Devjani ma'am, Shubhra ma'am, Deepanika Datta madam, all of you are writing R, wonderful. And making gratitude a year-round activity has to be there. It is not one day. It is not a thank you day or a thank you week or a thank you month. It is throughout. It is in the system. It is in the culture, right? Now let's see what is your opinion about gratitude, right? Are you ready? Gratitude is just another form of positive thinking. Gratitude strips people of initiative and leads to complacency or even passive resignation. That means the withdrawal. Most expressions of gratitude are insincere. There is an optimal level of gratitude beyond which any more is maladaptive, right? And finally, it is impossible to be grateful in the midst of suffering. अभी आप बोलेंगे हम तो इतना सफर कर रहे हैं और you're asking us to say thank you, right? Yes, gratitude. Yeah. Now tell me, all the statements that those are put here, all 5 statements which appear on the screen, I'm sure you are able to see them. What are these? These statements, are they facts? What are these? Are they thoughts? Are they beliefs? Just put one word in the chat box. What according to you, there's no right and wrong answer. What according to you are these? Belief, facts, thoughts, affirmation principles. Okay, anything else? They are only myths, right? They are only myths. All statements are myths, right? Because gratitude is much more than positive thinking, right? So some examples we will do. Castle of Antiquity. Various groups of teachers are here, right? So we are talking only of science and psychology and things like that. तो थोड़ा जूलियस सीजर की बात कर ले, इंग्लिश की बात कर ले. Julius Caesar, Act 2, Scene 1. What does Brutus say from lines 24 to 31? All the English teachers, strain your brain and remember, what does Brutus say? Brutus says when the climber uses a ladder to climb up, and once he reaches the the destination, he doesn't even turn back to see the ladder, right? Are the English teachers who are here? So that is not gratitude. Gratitude is where you should always thank the device, the tool, the path, the medium which you have used for your success, for rising high, right? So that is all gratitude. When you thank that thought, we keep thanking instantly. Abhi pani lekar aaya to I thank. But if I fail to thank people for whom I am here today, things for which I am here today, that is not gratitude, right? So this is explained in Julius Caesar, Act 2, Scene 1, where Brutus explains, right? Those who are English teachers, they will know. Those who have studied the subject will know. But gratitude has to be within, right? It is not borrowed. It can't be borrowed. But this generally it happens. Those who are instrumental in shaping our personality, I said in the beginning, they deserve thank you more than anything else. What Buddha taught? Buddha taught gratitude develops patience, gratitude for times of difficulties, right? It is said in the Gita also, whatever is coming to you, you should have some level of contentment. That is gratitude for the nature, for God, for our previous karma. And with contentment comes gratitude. If you are discontent, you cannot be grateful. Right? Yadracha lava santushto. Who will fill up the next? Absolutely right, ma'am. Right. Absolutely. Be contented with what you get. If you are not, then there is the gratitude. So gratitude is not only saying thank you. Gratitude is much, much beyond thank you. Right? So thoda up. Yes. Yadracha lava santushto tato vimatsana. Whatever is coming to you, you should have some level of contentment, and with contentment comes gratitude. If you are discontent, how can you be grateful? You think. Wonderful session, madam. Session has not ended. Still we have 12 minutes, 15 minutes. चलिए एक story सुनते हैं. How many of you are ready to hear story with me? Put an S in the chat box. How many of you want to hear a story now? S. Yes, keep the child in you alive. Right? So this is the story of a blind boy and coins in the hat. So ready to listen? A blind boy and coins. The blind boy sat on the steps of a building with the hat by his feet, right? He held up a sign which read, I am blind, please help me. There were few coins in the hat. Spare change from folks as they passed by. A man was walking by. He took a few coins from his pocket and dropped them into the hat. He then took the sign, turned it around, and wrote some words on that. Then he put the sign back in the boy's hand so that everyone who walked by would see the new words. Soon the hat began to get filled up. A lot more people were giving money to the blind boy. The man who changed the sign returned to see how things were the next day. The boy realized his footsteps and asked, "Were you the one who changed my sign last morning? What did you write?" The man said, "I only wrote the truth. I said what you said in a different way. I wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it.' And the words were, 'I am blind, please help me.' And now the change words were, 'Today is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it.'" Right? And that made the difference. Clear? So, attitude of gratitude or action of gratitude. Tell me. So, सिर्फ attitude काम नहीं करेगा. Only thought will not work. Even money will not work unless we can cook and get the food for us. Right? So it's not only attitude, it is the action of gratitude. That is the importance of gratitude. So the topic gets covered when we talk of the action, not only attitude. Right? वो हम कहते हैं ना keywords. Don't care, we have to give marks. So yes, action of gratitude. Right? If you have enjoyed the story, put an E in the chat box, please. Only then can I tell you another story. Yeah, wonderful. So let's keep the childiness alive. Let's pamper the child during the session. कितनी सारी ज्ञान की बातें हुई. Attitude, non-gratitude, ingratitude, a story. Right? Now what does the story say? The karma of gratitude. Gratitude can transform common days into thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Yahi hua na? This is what happened with the blind boy and the coins. If you can remember it, you'd share it with your children. They would also love to hear. Because most of you have written, E means you have enjoyed. ठीक है? अब कुछ relationship देखते हैं, gratitude और generosity. The two branches of gratitude. Right? Can you see this is gratefulness? Gratfullness. And this is thanksgiving. अब देखिए. What is the difference between gratitude and gratefulness? And then another gratefulness. Tell me. Gratefulness is the branch, that is the bowl of life. And the experience of life is the gratefulness. Right? So, if you have been giving, there's a joy of giving. If you have enjoyed life, right, then it is. Somebody is writing attendance link. Attendance will come once the session ends, ma'am. So, but thank you for reminding the attendance. So, gratitude, gratefulness is the branch, and the experience is gratefulness. So, this flows. You are one. It shows you are one with God and flows you directly over the second branch. That is thanksgiving. Right? So this is the tree of gratitude, the two branches of gratitude. This is something like, I thought of, I put it. Now some food for thought. 12 known facts of gratitude that will change your life. The more you are in a state of gratitude, the more you will attract things. We have already discussed, being happy won't make you grateful, but being grateful will make you happy. Gratitude fosters true forgiveness. You never need more than you have at any given moment of time, right? You love something. I love chocolates, but I cannot have more than one big celebration chocolate. That's enough. What you have to be grateful for the present changes. Be grateful for that. That itne changes hone ke baad bhi we are here. A grateful mind never takes things for granted. We say, oh, little things also. Thank God. So I thank Sahodaya for this day, for bringing me in touch with so many of you, realizing your names, your responses. As you express gratitude, you must not forget the highest appreciation is not simply to utter words, but to live by them daily. So that is called action of gratitude, right? Then gratitude includes giving back. The highest tribute to the people and circumstances you have lost is not grief, but gratitude, right? हम आंसू बहाने से better है you express your thanks, even for people who are not here. They have done something, we are here, but we should remember the great gratefulness, right? To be grateful, you must be truly present. and let go of control multiplies the potential of gratitude, right? एक ही बात को पकड़ के रहेंगे ना तो कभी gratitude नहीं होगा, वो अपने दिमाग में हमेशा चलता रहे. Gratitude motivates people to make positive changes in their lives and people around them, right? So let's see. Humility, indebtedness, connectedness, and elevation. So HICE, hike, not salary hike, right? So humility is expressing gratitude, forces us to recognize. We had done no recognition, remembrance, reciprocation. So you recognize people, you remember people, you express your gratefulness to people who have been instrumental in your success, in your living, in your sustainability. Indebtedness, you encourage them to recognize and reciprocate. Connectedness, we always say connect before you correct. So connectedness, so exceptional session, thank you. So you connect, and then gratitude helps us feel inspired, uplifted, motivated, healthier, and generous, right? It rewards us with a strong network of support and encouragement, right? So now we don't know, I don't know, we do sometime, someday, somewhere. But now your response has made me realize that so many of us thank today. So many of us have thanked so many people today. Yes, Subhash Chandra sir, thank you. Thank you with your thing. I don't know why you're showing this with. Is it because we are just 4 o'clock or maybe you really, oh, excellent, wonderful session. अब बहुत important बात है, importance of gratitude का. A teacher's gratitude bound, right? एक instance और बताते हैं. In a pre-primary school, the teacher asked the students to draw something of their own imagination, and one child drew only one hand, right? And that hand, as said by the student, was the teacher's hand. It is, somebody said God's hand, mother's hand, father's hand, but the child said it is my teacher's hand, who helped me and brought me into my classroom for the nursery, for pre-primary. That's my teacher's hand who held pencil with me and made me write. That is my teacher's hand who held my crayons. That's my teacher's hand who taught me PT. That's my teacher's hand who has enabled me to walk. Right? So can we all together thank all the KG teachers, nursery teachers? We will all thank the nursery teachers who have enabled us and our children whom we have received in standard 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and even 12. So Brutus को याद करना है, जब बच्चे 12वीं में आते हैं, अच्छा रिजल्ट करते हैं, we should always thank our KG teachers. I feel, I may be wrong, but if you feel yes, put an Y in the chat box, right? And we will end. I'm so sorry, just 2-3 minutes I'm exceeding because of that entry exit thing and all, you know. So remember, teachers, when your life seems full of troubles, it seems difficult to maintain an attitude of gratitude, doesn't it? But all we see are our problems, like the blackened storm cloud, casting shadows on our lives. And at times when everything seems to be going smoothly, we often forget the precious moment. So then what is gratitude? Gratitude is a habit, it's a culture, it's a way of looking at the world, all the good things. हम हमेशा देखते हैं the glass, देखेंगे the glass is half full, not half empty. Gratitude is the heart-centered approach and being at peace with yourself. अगर आप देखेंगे आपने कितना किया है, अरे हमारा बोर्ड भी तो वही कहता है ना, CBSE, choose the correct answer. Just put a tick. The present exam has started. Those who have been evaluators, put only tick, no cross. So let's all write now. What or who do you want to be thankful for? Thank. Do not hesitate. Appreciate them. Do not forget people whom you want to thank, right? Ek chota sa, a teacher told the students, and I just told you, this is the hand. So let's express our gratitude. Let's express our gratitude for all. Our thought and introspection in the time of COVID. Let's express our thought and introspection, who all we need to thank, right? If you're ready to sit 2 minutes more with me, then we can have a thank you prayer finally. Right? Just pray. Just thank. Take time out 2 minutes and thank all those people. Thank God for all that we have today, for the lovely set of parents, for the lovely set of in-laws, for the lovely set of children, for our family, for our teachers. Just introspect and see who all need to be thanked. The list will continue. That is my message. That is my prayer for all of you who are there with me today. I thank you all, especially Ruma Goswami ma'am and Subhashri ma'am, Pragya ma'am, all. My name is Maushami Das. So sorry I have entered in my school's name. What to do? Could not. But I'm thankful that it did work, whichever name it is. I am Maushami Das, Principal, SDSM School for Excellence. Right? Can we all express our thank you together? I hope you liked the session, you enjoyed the session, and I had a great time thanking all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear my voice?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Such a wonderful session, and my heartily and gratitude for you, and all the lovely teachers and intelligent teachers are there. So thank you. Behalf of all the teachers, ma'am, such a lovely session, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You've given them the attendance sheet, I believe?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. So teachers, kindly fill the attendance link and submit. And your Shiksha ID is school number @ then you have to write the CBSE Shiksha.in. Okay. If you are facing any problem, teachers, please, now you can unmute yourself and speak. Our resource person name is Mosumi Das. Again, I am sending the attendance link. Teacher, yes, teachers, if you are facing any type of problem, yes.
Miss, please tell what I have to write in Shiksha.
Well, first you have to write the school number. Okay. First you have to write the school number. Just a second. Just a second, miss. Just a second. So first, who has responded that first you have to write the school name, okay, school number, then affiliation number of your school, then in the Shiksha ID, that CBSE Shiksha email ID, first you write your school number @ cbseshiksha.in. Understood? First you have to write the school number, that is 5 digits.
Topic name, madam.
Yes,
Topic name.
That is the importance of gratitude is the topic name, and our resource person name is Mosumi Das. Okay, and your CBSE Shiksha email ID is whatever your school number @ cbseshiksha.in. Okay, then your participant name and that email ID which you already have from the CBSE Digital Edu.in, means your number that is provided by the CBSE @ cbsedigital.edu.in. You have to write. And after that, your mobile number. Write the name of the topic. Topic name is the importance of gratitude. And then our resource person name, Mosumi Das. And if you are facing any other problem or issue, then kindly unmute yourself and speak. I am there for you.
Ma'am, again repeat email ID.
Email ID means, ma'am, first you have to fill your email ID. And then where it is demanding for the Shiksha email ID.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to write the school number. First, you have to write the 5-digit school number. Okay. Then @ then CBSE Shiksha, CBSE Shiksha, SHIKSHA, Shiksha.in.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I made a mistake, ma'am. By in a hurry, I have sent the school email ID in place of Diksha ID. You told me na school code. I couldn't understand. That's why I have sent the school email ID.
What is your name, ma'am?
Basanti Mandal.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, last class na I couldn't fill the form. The messages were coming and it was it passed so fast na it did not open. So I couldn't fill the form. So today I filled it in a hurry and I made a mistake, ma'am.
So
Okay.
I,
If anything can be
Hariom
done,
ma'am.
please.
Yes.
Hariom ma'am, just that I also make a mistake that school school Shiksha mail ID, that is I write the CBSE mail ID.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, again
Please check
repeat.
it, ma'am.
Ma'am, again
I
repeat.
checked,
CBSE
I write
Shiksha
that
email ID.
CBSE mail ID. In Shiksha ID place, I write the CBSE mail ID.
Okay.
1067578 CBSE at the rate of the Gmail digital due in .in.
Okay. Okay.
A
So,
Lata.
okay. So I have to check.
Ma'am,
it,
again repeat.
ma'am.
CBSE Shiksha email ID. Repeat, ma'am.
First, you have to write the school number at the rate. Then you have to write the CBSE Shiksha.in.
ये तो
School
दिक्कत
number
है
means, ma'am,
CBSE शिक्षा.
school
Your
number
school number.
means,
Your
Your
school
school
number.
number means that affiliation
School
number
has
you
a
mean.
different number. So you have to write your school number at the rate
School
Shiksha,
number,
CBSE Shiksha.in.
ma'am, school number means school UDISE, that you mean to say?
No, every school has their own school number, na? So that
School
you
number, that is,
5-digit school
excuse
number.
me, madam, that is
Ah.
affiliation number you mean to say?
No. Affiliation number is different and school number is different.
Actually,
लिख के ला पहले.
but I made mistake, ma'am. This one, please. My name is Basanti, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, write your whatever you want to write or what should be I have to verify or correct. So please write.
Where to write, ma'am? In the chat box, I'll write.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, email ID of the participant.
Yes, email ID of the participant. Email ID of the participant. You have to write email ID of the participant. That is, you have to write the number, the CBSE digital edu ID you have, na?
Yes, ma'am.
That particular ID you have to write.
CBSE mail ID.
Number at the rate CBSE digital edu.in.
CB रुको 2 मिनट, गलती हो गया ना मेरा. CBSE मेल ID instant instant.
Everyone got the attendance link?
क्या है CBSE शिक्षा स्कूल शिक्षा
CBSE Shiksha.in. And in email ID, you have to write the CBSE digital edu.in.
HIKSHA शिक्षा मेल ID. Please check it. देखते हैं क्या होती है. क्या हो गया आंसर? ठीक है, लिखो ना. आंसर लिखने बोले तो पहले लिख के तो दे. Where do I get my food from? तुमको कहाँ से मिलता है? प्लांट से मिलने वाला
Ma'am,
जिसको हमको
kindly,
प्लांट से मतलब पी लिखेंगे, जो
Lata
एनिमल
ma'am,
से
kindly
लिखेंगे
mute
animal.
yourself. Lata ma'am, kindly mute
Yes.
yourself.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Rest of the teachers, any issues? Then please discuss.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have not got
Yes.
the link. Please send it.
Okay, again I am sending. Have you received the link now? In the chat box? Please reply. Have you received the link, ma'am? If you submit the response, then you can leave the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am.
Ma'am, there is no problem now, the mistake I made.
No.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Other teachers, if you submit the attendance link, then you can leave the meeting. And in case any doubt or queries, kindly ask. I'm there for you.
resource person, ma'am.
Resource person name is Moshumi Das. And topic is
And topic,
importance.
ma'am. Topic, ma'am. I joined late.
Okay. The topic is importance of gratitude.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening.
Ma'am, actually, I have filled my attendance form, but in that I have filled my CBSE वो जो आपका शिक्षा वाला ID है, I have filled wrong. So can I fill it once again, ma'am? Just now
But this form you only give one response at a time.
okay, but
Okay.
I have filled
Let's
wrong.
try again, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's try it again once.
Yes, ma'am. Please kindly share once again.
You just click on the attendance link and try again. That's right.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm not finding that link again.
नो मैम गुड इवनिंग. मैं ये पूछ रही थी कि जो स्टार्टिंग में जो
CBSE email
ईमेल
ID?
है.
Just a second, ma'am.
Okay.
First, Anupama, ma'am, you will.
यस मैम. स्टार्टिंग में जो ईमेल होगा वो हमारा नॉर्मल जीमेल वाला ईमेल होता है ना.
Correct.
वो जो
Correct.
सीबीएसई वाला ईमेल है दैट इज डिफरेंट.
Yes.
स्टार्टिंग में जो हमारा ईमेल होता है वो जो सिंपल हम लोग जीमेल यूज करते हैं वही डालेंगे ना.
Yes.
Ma'am, CBSE
First
email
वाला पे.
ID. What is CBSE email ID?
CBSE email ID is followed by the number, okay, 8-digit number @ cbscdigitaledu.in.
And
Ma'am, kind
Shiksha, CBSE Shiksha.
So there are. हाँ
finding
yes.
the
Good evening, ma'am.
CBSE Shiksha ID, ma'am.
Hello.
CBSE Shiksha, yes, just a second. CBSE Shiksha ID, you have to write the school number, then @ cbscशिक्षा.in.
School number at that. Okay.
First, you have to write the school name @ then cbscशिक्षा.in, and then after the name of the participant, again one email ID. So in that place, you have to write the whatever the CBSE Digital Edu. You have the ID, na? CBSE Digital Edu.in ID. So you have to write the number, 8-digit number @ cbscdigital edu.in. Clear? It is written there that you have to write the CBSE Digital Edu ID. Clear?
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I have tried once again, but it's showing ki I can't fill it again.
Okay. So what is your mistake, ma'am?
Ma'am, I filled my wo CBSE Shiksha ID I have filled wrong, and in my school number also, ma'am. 5 digit of number. Application number I have filled, but these two mistakes I have done in the earlier form.
Good evening, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Just now I am not able to check the means responses or corrections or any connection made to that particular. So right now you just write whatever you are means doing mistake in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am. My name and then school name also I have to mention.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. मैम जो फॉर्म सबमिट की अटेंडेंस फॉर्म तो सबमिट नहीं हो रहा है. लास्ट मतलब कुछ ऐसे आ रहा है.
कैसा आ रहा है?
क्लियर फॉर्म ये मैसेज आ रहा है या स्किप करके ऐसे आ रहा है.
क्या मैसेज आ रहा है?
मतलब मैम अटेंडेंस फॉर्म सबमिट नहीं हो रहा है।
नहीं, सबका तो सबमिट हो रहा है मैम। आप देखिए, शायद कोई फील्ड खाली होगा।
ठीक है मैम,
Maybe
देखते हैं एक
कोई
बार फिर
फील्ड
से।
खाली होगा, इसलिए
थैंक यू।
सबमिट नहीं हो रहा है। एक बार आप चेक कर लीजिए।
होता है मेरे साथ।
So now we can leave the meeting, no? If it is submitted now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
This is Anupama.
Yes, ma'am, I have mentioned my mistake in the chat box. May I leave the meeting?
Yes.
बंद कर दी मीटिंग, फिर भी क्यों हो रहा?
क्रॉस कीजिए।
तो तुम्हारे पास तो है बाबू? नहीं, पढ़ाई लिखाई किए ना हम लोग, फोन वाला। हाँ? ये इतना दूर तक आया? ए, तो कहाँ तक पढ़े? ऐसे ये शिक्षण क्यों किया इतने जल्दी? बर्थडे इतना सारा है, ये सेक्सुअल प्रेशर, सेक्सुअल या से पहले ये सेक्सुअल ठीक से करो, हो गया। सबका एग्जाम्पल, ए बात नहीं करो। रितेश लोग क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? साइंस लेके खाली बैठ जाना है।
So, can I end the meeting now, teachers?
क्या करो? कौन? राइटो? राइट?
Now can I end my meeting?